Alright, I believe we're recording. So, today we're going to see if we can catch us some brown trout. What you're going to see here is I don't use any kind of setup that's real crazy. There's about everything on the market for everything. I like simple. So the trout. Big long rod here. I have a little tiny number 12 Daiichi dry fly hook. Buy a pack of them for almost $6 or whatever. They're extremely sharp, extremely thin wire, extremely effective. And all I have on there is about 3/4 of a red worm I got from Walmart. And I mean, it's nothing crazy. You dig them up out of the garden. You could flip rocks on the stream bed to find worms, and that's all these trout are going to want. You don't need the power baits. You don't need the flies. You don't need salted minnows and live minnows and baby crawdads. You don't need all that. This right here, they go crazy for. About 6 inches up, I have a little tiny B split shot on here. This water right here in front of me isn't moving very fast, so this is all you need. All you want is enough weight to get this down to bounce slowly across that bottom. And you don't need anything more than that. You're just going to get hung up all the time on the rocks. And I have 4-pound Stren monofilament on. I think it's clear blue. I'm not sure. I wouldn't go anything bigger than 4-pound test for these trout, just because their eyes are so good. I have a nice long rod today. This is my 8-foot drift rod, but I don't use it for drifting really that much. I use it with just a good old-fashioned spin cast reel. Now we're going to take a walk out here and see if we can't pull a couple of these brown trout in. Unfortunately, this water is moving extremely slow today. Right here, I'm going to have to move down to my right a little bit to get by the faster moving water. There's just no way I could put any less weight on here. Still have the ability to cast and be able to drift at the same time, because even this B is just sinking down to the bottom. Bringing in real slow, see if we can get a chaser here. Nope. That's okay. Let's move a little bit here. Thing about trout is they really like the slower moving water. I'm sorry, geez, I said that completely backwards, what I was going to say. They like the faster moving water. I think, personally, I mean, some people may argue with me on that one, but you find a medium current, not the fastest, not the slowest, something that's, oops, poison ivy, right there. That's all poison ivy right there. But watch what I do there. So yeah, they like the nice eddies, the breaks in the faster moving water. They like the deeper pools. They like shade. They like natural bait, worms, bugs, that sort of thing. They like cooler water. Cold water is just, I mean, you find a medium moving stream with cool water that doesn't dry up in the summertime, that stays cool with some shade, you'll find trout there. Like I was saying before, you don't need to throw anything all crazy at them. You don't need, I mean, if you wanted to have fun and throw some power bait on or whatever, do it. I've never had much luck with it, and I've tried it all. The way to go is simple. These trout aren't used to seeing a rolled up white ball that smells like factory pre-processed bullshit, you know. Yeah, you might get hit every now and then on a desperate trout, but red worm, maybe a salted minnow. I've had pretty good luck on salted minnows, but I like my red worms. Here's some fast moving water. Now what we're going to do here is we're actually going to toss into the white water. and you toss into the white water, leave yourself a little bit of slack and let the current do what it's going to do with your bait. At the end of the drift, that's when these trout are going to hit. Let me show you what I mean. Oh, had one, lost him. And he robbed me, but good. That is okay. So all I'm using is these red worms from Walmart. I think they're like $3 for 24 of them. Not super expensive. Just a nice little red worm. Nice little red worm here. Here's a closer look at my hook. Just like I said, a little number 12 Daiichi dry fly hook. They're so sharp. Oh, come on, now. There we go. Hook your red worm on. All you're doing is going through the fat end, the dark end I should say, running it through about a 1/4 inch. Pop the tip of the hook through, pull it all the way through. But I like to loop them and bring it back through one more time. People say don't loop your worms. I always do, always have, and I have no issues. There's that. He's wiggly. I'm going to nip off a little bit of tail there. Just was a little bit left over right there, and that's perfect. Let's see if we get that one that just robbed us. There's a nice little spot, a little bit faster moving. Oh, it's beautiful. We'll give it a go. Nice little couple of nice little ripples right there. So I've got a little bit of seaweed down too. That might be a problem. We'll see. Shouldn't say seaweed, but we have weeds in there. Oh, fish on. There he is. Oh, reel skipped on me. Hopefully I still got him on there. Gonna have to go to him now. Darn reel. Oh, that's a nice fish. Nice brown. Bring him in real slow. You know, I have 4-pound test on here. That's quite adequate for catching brown trout. We're not catching any monsters here. Oh, that's a beautiful little trout. You know, I think we'll go ahead and we'll keep him. I'll show you guys how to do a field cleaning. Bring him right in the shore. Gonna go ahead, I'm gonna walk him right in the shore here. Put him up on the grass. Oh, that's a beautiful brown. Let me get this camera reset here. It's getting a little loose on me. It's strapped to my chest right now, so it's not the perfect situation, but it works. All right, so let me get my pliers out here. Oh, that's a beautiful brown. It's about maybe 10 inches. Go ahead, I'll hook this pop right out. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna keep him today. So respect the animal, take him out clean and as humanely as possible. One good hard whack right here behind the head will sever the spinal cord and he'll feel no pain, no misery. I'm going to turn the camera so you guys don't have to see this part. You'll know that it worked. They vibrate a little bit. Give him one more for good measures because I don't want this fish to suffer. He's a beautiful fish. I respect these fish, and I thank them for giving me this opportunity for one, and giving me a delicious meal for two. Get my knife out here. We're gonna do a field cleaning on them. Now, one thing you have to remember is you are not allowed to remove the head or the tail at the stream in New York State. You cannot, well, I guess he's not completely out. Give him one more good, humane bump. Now, there we go. I felt the crack that time. I'm sorry, it's a little bit brutal, but if you're an outdoorsman, I mean, this is part of it. If you keep fish, you could do it here, or you could let them just die of oxygen starvation in your bag. I would rather humanely take him out, put him on ice, which I have in my bag, which I'll show you next. So what you want to do, oh, it's a beautiful fish. God, I love brown trout. They start right here at the anal opening, and you're going to work the knife up shallow, right up in between the gills here. Being careful not to cut your fingers. Real slow, get through that bone or cartilage they have there. Get right up there. Doing a nice little field cleaning on these trout. Set my knife down over here so I could wash it off. Alright, come over here to the water. Thumb in. And just pull everything out. Just like that. All the good stuff. Get that out of there. Stuff you don't want. Get the nice fresh water inside the cavity. Get the blood washed out of there. You see this black line right there? You want to get rid of that. Just take your thumb and scrape it against that black line. Get that all out of there. Constantly rinsing. Get all that blood out of there. Get all the feces, the old bile from the stomach, anything you wouldn't want to eat. Get it out of here while you're here. Beautiful fresh stream water is going to rinse this beautiful fish out nicely. Oh, look at that. Look at that meat. Look at that. Oh, it's going to be good on the grill. Get all that poop out of there. Best you can. Just get wash the outside of them off as best you can there. You're not going to get it all. Now, I'm going to set him here on the grass for a second. Oh, it's a beautiful fish. Now, I'm going to hook my camera for a second here. I always bring, oh, got my hand off so I can take my camera. I always bring a bag of ice out with me. Just because I want this fish right here to stay as cool, as fresh as possible until I get back home. And if I'm staying out all day, well, so inside my bag I bring another bag, and in this bag I bring 3 more bags. And inside this white bag right here, this garbage bag, it's waterproof. I have about, I don't know, about 2 or 3 pounds of ice. That's just ice right there. So what I do is I take my beautiful trout dinner here. I look at him one more time and appreciate him. I get a nice close-up for you guys of him here. And I throw him in the bag. And then I take my second bag. I'm trying to hold the camera just because I unhooked my camera from my vest. And I put him in the second bag, just because I don't want fish slime leaking all over everything. Then I kind of line this up a little bit. I put him right there on top of that bag of ice. And that's, I mean, that's how you do it, guys. I'm going to see if I can catch a few more. Limit here is 5. I believe it's no more than 2 over 12 inches. I'm thinking about, I kept 5 the other day, and I usually don't keep very many. I mostly throw them back, but I had a meal the other day, and I promised my mom that I'd get her some browns because she loves some trout, and she doesn't do much fishing herself. So I kept 5 for my family, and I'll get her some now. And then this probably all I'll end up keeping for the season. But I'll get back to you guys, give you some more, maybe some tips or some pointers on how I catch these fish.